Here is a step-by-step walkthrough of F5 APM configuration. First of all, I need to make sure that APM is licensed and provisioned on my big IP device. So once that's done, I will set you up with basic network settings and make sure you have a virtual server that is ready to handle access traffic. Then I'll take you to build the access profiles. Access profiles and access once enabled APM, which is like a brain of your access policy. It defines how users log in and how long their session will last and what kind of access they get. You will assign this profile to your virtual server so that it knows that it uses APM for incoming connections, right? Then I'm going to use the virtual policy editor you will get to know, and you will start like crafting your access policy. Think of it like a flow chart, okay? So you can add a logon page, authentication checks, and decision branches. This is where you define what happens when the user log in and do they get access, get denied, or get redirected. And then you can add the authentication and you will plug in your AD. Like you could define your authentication in AD, Access Active Directory, or you could use other identity source like LDAP or Radius right here. You can test the user's logging and make sure the credentials are being validated properly. So that will define an Active Directory, and I'll show you how to do radius with Cisco ISE. And you can fallback options in case the primary method failed. Okay, then we can check. You are gonna check the client device before letting user in. You might want to check the device. Is antivirus running or the OS up to date? I have Windows 7 as a test, and you can only allow Windows 10 or only 7. So I'll show you that. And you will add a client set checks to your policy and make sure only the healthy device can get access. Let's first let's first explore the access policy. We're going to have a task that the help desk is complaining because some Linux users are being allowed to log on and connect to some wiki page, and it has only been tested with Windows 7 uh, and other OS. We need to prevent like any unsupported device from connecting, and we need to do that ASAP. So first of all, let's check my existing pools. I have a wiki pool that's giving a members of running HTTPS, and I have a monitor which is case called wikimon, right? It's just get the string and give it a return key back. This is how we monitor my HTTPS nodes. Let's create a virtual server. We're going to create a virtual server, wiki.vs. Will be HTTPS. Give a profile for HTTP client, HTTP, and the client will have pre-configured the client side SSH with the certificate. For the pool, we want to pick the wiki pool. Finish this. Give it a test. from the test PC. Here you go, the page load up. And if I go to the statics, go to local traffic and pool statics, I can find the hit to my notes. So next, we'll take a look at how we create the access APM authentication active directory. We're going to create a server. Let's create. Name or call clab.com, clab.com. We'll use direct connect. Finish that. Okay. Now we are going to create the first access profile. We're going to hit create. It's called wiki.ap1. Profile, select all, and scroll a little bit down, and here we're going to pick English. Finish that. Here you go. And we're going to go to the pre-request policies. Let's create one. This name will say wiki app 1. Actually, it's supposed to go to the AP1 and access policy. Click, then the editor will pop up. So in default page, we have start and deny. What I have to go is add one logon page. Add this item. After adding a logon page, we want to add a AD auth. So it should be the AD auth authentication. Choose AD and add add-in. In the server, we're gonna pick up the one AD server we created. Just create it, okay? Click save. And it was successful, so we want to allow it. All right, that looks like all. If you see yellow, apply access policy, click this. So when we down here, we can close and we'll go back to my policy. And policy shows green flag, that we're good to apply to the virtual server. And we could scroll down to access. If you find access right here, we're gonna pick a access policy, wiki AP1, that's what we want, right? So, and update. When it's updates, we can jump into my virtual server and do one more logon. Now it's asking for logon. We're gonna type in the username. And logon successful. Go to resources. Here we're using wiki pool. My pool, everything. So as I talk about this, the next task we have to change or allow OS. So based off the existing access policy we have, we would like to copy one. The copy name is wiki AP4 copy list. We're gonna do some different editing here. We want to add a client OS. I'll show you how to do that. Go to the virtual policy editor. So right after start, we want to add a client OS. Now it shows a manning branch. We can remove those we don't use. And we can give it one called supported OS. Supported OS. We can change here also. Remove Windows. We only allow Windows 10, which I don't have right now, so I show you how it gets blocked. Now the entire policy looks like we have to check the OS. When it's supported OS, which was right now Windows 10, and we give it a logon page, I would log on with ID, username, password, successful is allowed. So apply this. And we can close. So go to the list. The wiki app 4 right now is showing a green flag. We can use this to my virtual server. In the virtual server, when I go back to access, I'll pick list policy. Update. Now we can give it a test. We go straight at denied. I'm using Windows 7, so it's denied. We can add Windows 7 to a support to be a supported OS. Okay, how do we change that? We're gonna change the virtual policy editor in the editor here. Client OS, branch rule. We want to change. Here, we still see advanced tab. We want you to give a pipe, double pipe here, and copy everything inside the curly braces. Instead of Windows 10, I want you to add Windows 7. Click finish. I'll go click simple. All right, so finish. If it doesn't parse what is inside here, it tells you it doesn't work. Okay, so we should do this and give it Windows 7. Then let's take a look. Now it's working. It shows Windows 10 and Windows 7, and the condition is all. Finish, save that. As wiki app4 already applied to virtual server, we should just apply the access policy inside the editor. Close that. Go to the test PC and we should run this one more time. Now it tells me to log on. Now here you go. I can see the node page now. Now we're going to show you how to find and delete the active sessions in the CLI or in the GUI. We can just go to my Internet Explorer and we're logging to add a session. My IE log on, my Firefox also log on, so it should have 2 sessions. So how do I find that? We could go to Access and Overview, Active Sessions. Now I'm finding 2 sessions. I can kill both sessions like this. So if I go refresh my page, it's asking me to log in again. That's logging again. To one session. In the CLI, how do I find that session? We can use session dump -- all key, and we can find by the last or username. Here is the key with my session new last name, and we can also session dump and -- delete the session, and this is gonna be my session ID. Find session if this one still exists because I already deleted it. The session doesn't exist anymore. Then next task, we're gonna show you how to do the session variables. Is gonna to use a logging agent. The session variables are purged from memory as soon as the session is terminated. So sometimes it would be useful to save some of those variables for inspection hours or days after session was finished. So I will show you is how to insert a session agent. We'll like to copy again. This time we're gonna say wiki AP5. Click this. And access policy. After AD, adds one more item. General purpose, add logging. Want to add new entry. It's gonna be my active directory. And message we want to log is activate active directory session variable. Save that. Click apply access policy. Go to virtual server. We want to use this application policy, access policy, AP5. Update. After this, we want to refresh again. We have to log in because the variable shows after you log in. Okay. After that, we can go less variable log and APM. One more time. If you don't see it, that's okay. We can tell -n 15 APM again. Down here you go, logging agent, Active Directory, session variable. Here you go. And it shows all the variables, last, door, everything in this. Next, we'll talk about instruments policy. The message box agents often used to debug an access policy, right? And it acts to pause the policy at a specific point, and the session variables that may be inspected to tell the state of the policy while it is paused. How do you add a message box? We'll go back to my VPE, Virtual Policy Editor. In the logon page, here you see the logon page, we want to pause, so we're going to insert a message box. We're going to add this one. So the title is please click the link below to continue. Okay, so I can save that. Let's apply this policy. Okay, I'll test one more time. We have to log out. Now, the message box is telling us to continue. Click continue, we'll see my final page. Our next task is to consider using alternative authentication. The AD team has been unhappy about keeping the partner accounts on the corporate Active Directory. They will be moving those accounts to Radius server. We need to incorporate Radius authentication without making any changes to either way of employees or partners log on, and they need to do that ASAP. Next task is to go on, add a Radius server. Let's add a server. We say radius.aaa. We use direct, so I put a share secret here and my IP. We'll use UTF-8, finish. Now, let's go to the profile. We wanted to copy another one. Wiki AP7, copy that. Okay, in AP, we want to go edit. In authentication, we'll pick Radius, auth, AAA server, save it, apply this. We'll go to virtual server and use this access profile. Here you go. Do one more test. Continue. Now, authentication has been passed to radius, and we successfully seeing the node page. And here's the logging radius live logs. We can see test 1 is successfully authenticated.
Hey everyone, NetMaven here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to dive into the world of amazing network technologies with me, and please feel free to leave your comments below. Hey everyone, NetMaven here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to dive into the world of amazing network technologies with me, and please feel free to leave your comments below.